Well, happy Wednesday. Continues to be nice and dry here, so we got to show you storms from somewhere else. I showed you an example of a roll cloud out of a storm in Argentina on Monday. Here's one a little closer to home in Alabama, moving over the Gulf of Mexico. Nice example of that roll cloud, which just is really the cold front of a thunderstorm. You can kind of see that in the clouds, and you get that push of air, that gust of wind, and those downpours. Beautiful example of it over a large expanse like that, but also really cool visualization of the polar vortex. Last year when it was stable, notice how it stays together compared to this year where it broke apart into two pieces with lighter winds. It was easier to push off its axis from some of that anomalous warmth probably out of Siberia and some of those warm Arctic waters after last year. Gave us a couple of cold weeks. It's still floating around in chunks. But meanwhile, it's been mild. Take a look at this time lapse of yesterday. You can watch the snow disappear in western Minnesota. These are visible satellite images from space, and it just vanishes. Most of this was that fresh snow that we had over the weekend where they got really dumped on in some of those western and south central parts of the state. Of course, it's been very slushy and a not great winter if you are a skier or a musher. These are some photos out of the UP of Michigan. Thanks to Alex and her mom, actually, for sending these in. She finished almost 9th, by the way, 10th. She missed it by 26 seconds, but said, you know, the snow's become less reliable. You used to have 12 weeks of reliable snow to train on in the winter, and now it's more like 8 weeks, which, of course, we know we're seeing with some of these climate change effects. Nice view of what's going on across North America in our water vapor loop. This is looking specifically at water vapor in the middle of the atmosphere. You can see a couple of spins on each coast. That's anomalous cold and storminess. Meanwhile, in the middle, we're enjoying this nice ridge, which is keeping things not only very mild for us, but of course, lack of any weather. Lots of sunshine, storm systems really staying on the coast for now. That pattern will start to change a little bit late next week, but meanwhile, we've got a good week's worth of mild temperatures, and it's going to get even warmer. Skipping ahead here to Sunday, looks like we'll be well into the 50s, and models starting to hone in now finally on Tuesday, the day that seems to be the most agreement on our warmest day in this latest warm up here, where we could have a shot at 60 degrees. A majority of the models have, at least at times, spit out a 60, so it's definitely possible. All a matter of if we get enough sunshine and all the right conditions, because we're also looking at some storminess here. We've got a system that'll be coming out of the Rockies. We'll be on the warm side of it initially, but some Gulf moisture, warm temperatures, could have some thunderstorms, snow on the backside, kind of a classic storm shaping up. Models differ on timing. Will it be Tuesday? Will it be Wednesday more? But we're gonna have enough CAPE, convective available potential energy, thunderstorm energy basically, to have some thunderstorms around. And look at these dew points. 50s dew points and even some 60s all the way up pushing into Minnesota. So you're gonna notice it feeling humid by March standards by the time we head into Tuesday ahead of that system. And then colder air is coming in behind it, but might get quite a bit of rain. Models spitting out anywhere from a ½ inch to an inch of rain, plus in some spots those yellow bands are more than 1 inch rainfall amounts. So slightly different scenarios in the American and European models, but regardless, it does look like it's going to get a little bit stormy here at some point early next week. And again, if we can hold that off, we'll be warm on Tuesday. But meanwhile, watch the chunks of cold on the Siberian side of the hemisphere for now. But we have kind of a rotating chunk still because that polar vortex is not back together just yet, stable. So it is going to get colder, much milder as we head into early next week. But then notice the cliff drop here. All the models have this by the end of next week. We might be below freezing, and again, which of course would feel pretty cold after some of these temperatures that we're going to be having. I think it'll be a touch cooler the next couple of days. We did have a slight cool front slide through last night. You hardly notice it though. Lots of sunshine and temperatures staying in these basically 40s until we head into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That's when it gets even warmer with a few more clouds around, especially Sunday high clouds as that even warmer push of air moves in. A real shot at 60 Tuesday if we can hold off the weather until Tuesday night. But yeah, it does look like by late next week, it is going to be colder, so enjoy some of those milder temperatures.